Hey everyone, welcome back. Tonight's story is one of those posts that genuinely made me uncomfortable while reading it. At first, it sounds like a strange noise complaint from a neighborhood, but as the nights go on, people start disappearing. Daylight seems to stop existing, and a mysterious figure never leaves the street outside. So if you're ready, turn down the lights, get comfortable, and let's get into it. For the last 6 nights, someone has been standing outside my house. Every night at exactly midnight, they drag a heavy bag into the middle of the street and slam it against the ground over and over again. My neighbors heard it too. The first person who went outside to confront them never came back. The second person disappeared as well. And now every time I fall asleep, I wake up at midnight again. Like daytime no longer exists. The worst part? That bag keeps getting bigger. 6 nights ago, I couldn't sleep. It was around 12:30 a.m. I was lying in bed scrolling through videos on my phone, trying to relax before sleeping. Nothing felt unusual at first, but after almost an hour of tossing and turning, I heard a loud thud from outside. Then another. And another. It wasn't random noise. It sounded like someone was repeatedly slamming something heavy onto the road. The sound echoed through the entire street. Curious, I got out of bed and looked through my bedroom window. That's when I saw them, a single figure standing alone in the middle of the street. They were holding a long, heavy-looking bag. Slowly, they lifted it into the air, then slammed it against the ground. Thud! A few seconds later, thud again and again. Even from a distance, something about the bag felt wrong. Every time it hit the road, its shape seemed to shift slightly, almost as if something inside was moving. I told myself I was imagining things. Maybe I was just tired. Maybe it was a prank. But the noise didn't stop. 30 minutes later, one of my neighbors suddenly opened his window and yelled, "Shut up!" The figure didn't react. The thudding continued. A few moments later, my phone vibrated. It was a message from my neighbor across the street. "Do you see that person too?" I stared at the screen for a second before replying. "Yeah." A few seconds later, another message appeared. "I'm thinking of going outside and checking if they're okay." For some reason, a cold feeling settled in my stomach. I didn't tell him not to go. I just replied, "Keep me updated." 10 minutes later, I watched him leave his house. The moment he stepped onto the street, the thudding stopped completely. The silence felt worse than the noise. I kept staring through the window, waiting for something to happen. Then suddenly, thud. The sound started again. The figure was still standing there. But something had changed. The bag looked larger now, heavier, and there were dark stains covering parts of it. My neighbor was nowhere to be seen.